Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Lens of Truth with me, Evan Florentino. And for today's video, I finally got around to looking at the PlayStation 5 Pro presentation and kind of just having my opinion on it. So, before we get started, hit the like button, ring the bell, and let's get to it. All right, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about the PlayStation 5 Pro is that a lot of people feel like it's one of those things that the PS5, the original one, should have been. And now that the system's been out for over 2 years, this PS5 Pro almost feels like, at least for some people, like a scam or something that isn't needed technically. But I feel I have two different ways of thinking about this. I feel like if you've never owned a PS5, this is the perfect time to get a PS5 Pro because not only are you able to play, PS5 games, but you will be able to play the entire library of PS4 games, and it does upscale automatically. I think almost all the games do upscale to some degree to kind of take advantage of the power of the PS5. So that's actually an advantage that people will have if you've never owned a PS5 and if you're willing to pick it up. However, there's a however when it comes to this where it's not only the price but just the minuscule upgrades, I guess, that you would say compared to the PS5, where we were promised a lot with the PS5 with the whole 8K thing, and only literally a handful of games have hit that 8K type of graphics rendering, and they even removed it out of the box, which is one of those things that it never should have been there. If only probably one or two games even hit that 8K feature that Sony decided to put on the box of the original box, which again they actually removed. And one of the other issues that I guess a lot of people have had, and myself, is that they're showing games that have been on the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 cross-play for the most part, besides Ratchet and Clank. And also Ghost of Tsushima, which they are showing right here as well, and also The Last of Us, which they keep on showing. And it would have been a lot better if they showed some upcoming games that are just for the PS5 and see how those would look and how they would run. But they didn't do that, so a lot of people just feel like this is an unnecessary, system, just like probably the PS4 was. Now, another thing that people have noticed is that a lot of these small details you would probably never really notice, especially when they've been talking about this whole GPU and ray tracing and clear images in the background for things like Ratchet and Clank and other games where the far distance are less blurrier now. But again, it's one of those things that they're touting this as it's for enthusiasts only, and people have even just said if this system, for example, which we'll get to the cost, which is pretty high, people are just saying just invest in some kind of a PC if you are going to go for something that will be able to run some PlayStation 5 games that will eventually come probably a year or two later after the PS5 or after they've been on the PS5 for a while. So this is the area where people just were pretty upset of what it was. It is kind of crazy to see that the price is basically over $700, and with the added on things like the vertical stand, which is sold separately, and the disk drive also sold separately, people are expecting to pay close to $1,000 for this system, which is pretty crazy, especially in this type of economy. And not only that, with the whole thing with the video game industry kind of going the way it is with layoffs and things like that, bloated budgets on certain games, it's pretty crazy that this is what they're going for. And yeah, a lot of people are really divided on this system. So in my opinion, Sony is slowly trying to move away from hard disks, some physical discs, and trying to go into the all digital future, which is, it looks like it will eventually get there. But this is one of those things that I want to see exactly how it's going to sell, how people will be scalping it online, and yeah, if they are even going to deliver on what they say, because again, they promised a lot of things, and let's see if there's even going to be noticeable differences between the PS5 Pro and the original PS5. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think of this whole new upgrade for this system, and will you be picking it up? And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.